Hello guys, I'm back. So before we start this video, um, turns out I can only do 15 minutes of video. So yeah, so yeah, after that, I'm just going to do 15-minute videos for now, or at least sort of 15-minute videos, about 14-ish, I guess. But either way, let's continue on. Hello guys, I am back from another video, and today we're talking about a my series called Fate Remnant Collide. So I won't be telling you guys what happened last episode because it's gonna take too much time to explain it, but either way, let's continue on what happened last episode. So yeah, let's start. So we currently see Alistair in the arms of the dark-haired man, as the man would say this. Guess I'll bring you to Osmond then, he would say, as he would start bringing the kid towards this Osmond person. As Alistair would say this. Wait, Osmond? Must be an informant of his. Wait, then... Actually, what, why did my village get destroyed in the first place? And, whatever for now. I'll be thinking about it later, until maybe when I grow up, perhaps. Seriously, this world is starting to feel a little bit weird, he would say. As after a while, he would start being brought towards, a large forest. As after a while walking, the man would start setting up camp. As the man would basically put, Alistair nearby, as he would say this. I'm thirsty, he would say. As he would start grabbing onto his flask. After opening up his flask, he would start drinking some liquor, or at least that's what, he presumes it to be. As after saying this, he would say this to himself. He shouldn't be taking care of kids, like at all, he would say to himself. After saying that, wait for a second, what the heck is happening outside? So, after a while of walking, we would currently see him, not really like walking, but more like, the man walking specifically. As the man would start going towards the forest, as he would say to himself, wonder what is going on, he would say, as he would start looking at himself once again, seeing that he still has the servant, command seal, or at least the sort of command seal. As after looking at it, he would notice it being a little bit different. His original command seal, I mean, sort of, back during his Holy Grail War, was that of it kind of resembles a knife with flames upon the blade. But in this one, it seems to resemble a theater mask of sort of, with half of the face resembling that of a typical theater mask, while the other side seems to resemble a flaming skull, or at least that's what he perceives as a skull. It's more like a smiling face with a sort of bark that's supposed to resemble a skull's, like where the nose is. As he would say this, weird, but still, he would say. As you would feel the air around him, as he would say, whoa, I feel so much mana. I'm guessing this is how it feels to be back in the Age of Gods, where magecraft was at its strongest, he would say. As he would start feeling his entire body basically almost reacting to the area around him, as he would start using a bit of his abilities, specifically, a specific magecraft that he recently learned, back before the, like a year before the, Holy Grail War, or at least his Holy Grail War, where he's able to see the magic circuits around his body and also others, allowing him to basically track people, but also acting as a type of, well, I guess you can say radar, which is pretty useful during the Holy Grail War, especially with mages. As after looking at himself, or more specifically his hands, he would say, whoa, looks... damn, he would say. As he would start to looking around his body would be changed. His magecraft, or more specifically his, magic circuits, are much larger and much more defined. In fact, it seems to be much more, well, I guess you could say much more matured. Like fine wine, I guess you could say. As after looking at himself for a while, the man would return. As he would sit down, as he would start grabbing some food, or at least some canned food that he gone from his backpack. As after, grabbing the food, he would start chowing down. As he would look at the baby. As he would say this. You hungry? He would say. As as Alistair would say this. I don't have teeth. As he would say this. Oh, I know. As he would start grabbing something from his bag once again, as he would, start crushing up the food in his hands. Sort of. It's more like he just used the spoon and basically just like crushed it. As after it was fully crushed, it was turned into some sort of like paste thing, similar to baby food. As he would say this. Hey, kid, eat up. You really need to eat something. As he would decide to open up and decide to eat it. After chowing down on the food, or at least sort of, I mean, still, his teeth are still not in yet. So after chewing on the food, he would say, flavorless, but it will do for now, he would say to himself. As after doing so, the man would say, okay, kid, it's time for bed. Tomorrow we'll be going to Beacon. As he would say this, specifically the baby, or at least not really say it, but more like, say it in his mind. Very well then. I feel super sleepy anyway. And so both of them would instantly fall asleep. The next day has come, as we currently see, the man, which he, realized that his name is apparently Crow. Specifically, Crow, as in, starts with letter Q for some odd reason. Like, Alistair was just like, why Crow exactly? He would start thinking to himself. But either way, after, grabbing the baby and the bundle of the baby, as he would basically, put it in his, put him on the ground for some odd reason, as he would start to change. Sorry about that. I mean to... After laying him down on the ground, he would start to change, transforming into a raven? Or is it a crow? It doesn't matter, as you'd say to himself, wait, is that a type of magecraft, he would say? As you'd think, wait, as he would start looking at himself, looking at, the man, aka Crow, as he would activate his, the thing that allows him to basically see through, you basically get it. As after looking at his magic circuits, he would see, well, sort of magic circuits than anything else. It's more different. The quote-unquote mana that's around him, or at least inside of him, seems to be much more weak. In fact, it seems to be so weak that it's probably about the same level as like a regular old mage. As he would say this, wait, what is around him, he would say. As he would notice around him would be some sort of the same type of energy. As after looking at him, he would say to himself, weird. But either way, as he would start looking at the man once again, as the man would transform into the crow, as he would grab onto him, as they would start leaving. A few hours have gone by, as we currently see, Alistair in the bundle, as he's being flown across what seems to be a city. As after a while, he would look over and would see, there seemed to be flying towards a large looking, area, I guess you could say. It seems to be some sort of school, or at least that's he presumes as a school. As he would arrive at a large tower, as both Crow and him would basically, would be brought inside the, the large building, as they would, or at least Crow would transform back as he would grab onto the kid. As he would say this, Osmond, I'm back, as the man by the name of Osmond would appear. As he would see in front of him a man with whitish hair and greenish eyes, wearing, glasses, tinted glasses to be more precise, and seems to have a cane. A cane that seems to have a sort of handle that resembles a handle of a sword. As he would say this, why do you have a child with you, he would say, As, Crow would say this. Well, you know that village that you sent me to? As he would say this. Yes, don't tell me that. As he would say this. Yeah, the kid's the only survivor. The rest are long gone. After saying this, he would say this. Specifically, the man that was presumed as Ozpin. As he would say this. I see. Too bad too bad we were not, too bad we were not, able to get there in time, he would say. As he would say this. Yeah, unfortunately. As he would put the child down, aka Alistair, as Alistair would just look around. The place was fully furnished with, some several amenities, including wait for a second, a couch. As after, sitting down, Ozpin would say this. I see. Then what should we do with this kid exactly, he would say. As he would say this, specifically, well, you know, Crow, as Crow would say this. Hmm, I don't know. How about we just give him to Glinda? As he would say this, specifically Ozpin. Hmm, that seems to be the much more sensible idea. I mean, she did told me that once that she wanted to be a mother. As he would say this. See? But she'll probably be too strict for him. As he would say this. Hmm. Perhaps, but it's a better choice, he would say. As after saying that, he would say this. Oh, by the way, Ozpin, do you have another job for me? As he would say this. Well, in fact, yes. Apparently there's something going wrong with another village, so I want you to get there. I'll be bringing... Well... Actually, do you have a name for him? As he would say this. Yeah, no, I'm not really good at naming things. So, yeah. So, what village exactly? As you were talking, he would say this. Specifically, Alistair to himself. So, I'm gonna be adopted? Great, he would say. Oh well, but at least I'll learn some things about this world. Maybe I can even hone my magecraft once again. Even make it even better. So, after saying that, he would start to leave, specifically Crow, as he would transform back into his crow form and leave. As Ozpin would say this. Alright, kid. As he would grab the kid by the bundle, as he would start leaving. So, after a while of walking around, he would, notice that this place seems to be a school with several students going around doing their own thing, as he would finally arrive at an office. As he would say this. Miss Glinda, can I please talk to you for a second? As the woman would say this. A woman that looks like this. Wait for a second. As the woman would appear to be, well, in Alistair's eyes, oh boy, why do I feel like this? As the woman would approach the baby, as she would say this. Wait, whose baby is this? She would say, as Ozpin would say this. Well, you know that mission that Crow went on? As she would say this. Oh, so he's the only survivor. As he would say this. Yeah, unfortunately. And currently, I feel something weird about this kid, he would say. As Glinda would say this. Weird in what way? As after saying this, she would say, damn it, Osman would say this. Come with me, Glinda. As after, saying this, he would start bringing, Alistair towards to the office, or more specifically, the office of, Ozpin. As after arriving there, he would start explaining some things. Mostly how after, touching the boy, aka, well, Alistair, he would start to feel something weird about him. Apparently, he would feel something strong, a strong aura around him. As after hearing this, she would say, "So you want me to take care of the kid?" As he would say this, yes. He will be a great, assist to us in the future. As after saying this, Glinda would say this. Very well, I accept. And so, I'm gonna be ending this episode right off here because, yeah. Bye bye.